Hi, U9s, and welcome to another week of Inspiration Project. But most importantly, welcome to your second and final assessment task for this term. I'm going to talk you through how to do the task. It is within our unit, Shaping the Modern World, and the task is a tourist task. If you did the task last week on tourism, that was a fantastic lead into this task. If you didn't, never mind. Hopefully you're doing this assessment task and handing it in by the due date specified by your teacher. So I'm just going to talk you through some key features of this task and how to do it. If you would like to have your task sheet and task template open while I go through this, please do, because it may make more sense. All right, so as mentioned, it is an assessment task and it's based on tourism. Using your geographical skills, you're going to focus on a tourist destination of your choice and explore the impact that tourism has had on the natural resources and features of your destination. You will research geographical elements, collect and analyze data, and collect and compare maps. You'll present your findings on a mock Facebook template in Google Slides, and this is in your Google Classroom. Hopefully you've got it open now. So this is trying to make your tourist site appealing as well as giving information. The learning focus is on data collection, mapping, map interpretation, data analysis, drawing conclusions from geographical elements. All right, step one, you need to choose a tourist destination. I suggest that you choose one that really interests you, and you need to categorize where that tourist destination falls. So for example, it needs to be in one of the following categories, either wilderness, eco, historical, or recreational. So last week in your task, you had a brainstorm chart for the first step to try and find as many tourist destinations as you can that comes under those categories. I suggest you refer back to that table from that task last week. If you're really stuck and you can't think of a tourist destination, please check with your teacher, or even if you just want to check your tourist destination, run it by your teacher. So that's step one, super easy. Step two is then doing your research and finding the information and analyzing it and filling it in all on that mock Facebook template. So there is a step-by-step sheet here, and it goes into detail on what needs to be in each slide, and there are a total of 6 slides. But also when you go into the template itself, you will notice that there are instructions and highlights on each slide. So I'm just going to take some time now to go through each slide. So this is your introductory slide, and on this slide you need to insert a cover picture of your tourist destination, a profile picture. You need to write the name of your tourist destination. You then need to, over here, insert the latitude and longitude coordinates. You need to say what continent it is on, what country, and what city it is found in. Then over here, you just write a very brief overview of the type of tourist site that it is. So is it a wilderness site, an eco site, historical site, or recreational site? Now to insert pictures here, there's a bit of a trick. You don't actually click on insert, you right click the picture and go to replace image, and then it will give you some options on the side there. I don't actually want to do that, so I'll close that. All right, that is your introductory first slide. The second slide is where you're going to go and find data. And the data that you need to find is how many people visit your tourist destination each year. So I've chosen the Great Barrier Reef, and I've put that 3 million people visit each year. You then need to fill in the table finding like tourist destinations. So if you have done a historical tourist destination like the Pyramids of Giza, for example, all the other like destinations here must also be historical destinations, because we need to compare like with like. And then you find out how many people visit those destinations each year. It will also, I should have mentioned, give you instructions up here in yellow and down here at the bottom of the slide. So instead of referring to your step sheet each time, you can just refer to the slide. The third slide is your data analysis. So you need to right click and insert or replace image here with an image of your destination. And then you need to analyze the data that you gathered on the second slide. So you might show that compared to other sites, your tourist destination doesn't have as many visitors. Therefore, maybe the impact isn't as great. I encourage you to look at similarities and differences whenever analysing data, and you need to discuss them here. You can also bring in some research that you would like to include here. The fourth and fifth slides are about finding maps that represent your tourist destination. And again, the slide will tell you what you need to insert in yellow and down the bottom. On this slide, you need to have one map. I've included two just as an example, but you need to have one. So on this map, you need to have either a physical map or a satellite map, and please label your maps. And then on the next slide, you need to insert either a choropleth map, a dot map, or a topographic map, and then you put that map there and please label it as well. So here I've got a choropleth and a topographic, but I only need one, and it tells you down the bottom as well. So you should have two maps in total. The final slide, again, it tells you what to do. Replace the image here, but you're going to compare your maps and write the comparison here, similarities and differences, and what do the maps actually show you about tourist impacts at your destination. And then the final piece of writing is possible solution to tourist impacts. So in your research, did you find any solutions? Have they enabled any solutions? Have they listed it as a World Heritage Site to, discourage people from visiting? What have they actually done, or what should they do? So you can actually suggest some solutions there. So that is the template. There are 6 slides in total. Like I said, the instructions are in yellow and down the bottom, as well as on your step sheet here. The final thing that I'd like you to do when you're finished is look at your rubric and self-assess. Where do you think that you fit in? And if you would like to achieve another higher box and you think, oh, I didn't really describe the similarities and differences, or I haven't formed conclusions to get a top mark, go back and fix that up. And don't forget to hand your work in on time. It is an assessment task. Please always consult your teacher if you need any help via email or in your Zoom class. I hope you enjoy this task and you get a little bit of something out of it, because that's what learning's all about. You increase your knowledge. All right, everyone, I'm going to stop babbling on now and let you go and do the task. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.